foot pain during workouts, it was really just another reminder to me about the importance of having the right footwear.
Oh yeah, today Rob Skinner is here from Foot Solutions to tell us all about how they can help you. So tell us about Foot Solutions, because this is really unique.
Well, it is, and it's something that was driven by my own need. I've had foot issues on and off for years. I used to race motorcycles, and I hurt my foot when I was about 19 years old, and I've had lingering issues with it ever since. And I found one of these stores. The closest one was South Bend, Indiana. So we went down after having been to a number of really good foot doctors and having orthotics made over the course of about 10, 15 years. I was still having some problems, and I walked into the store, and they did a really nice job of taking care of me with custom orthotics and shoes. So I thought, if I had to drive all the way to South Bend, West Michigan could use a location here. So we put a store here in Grand Rapids.
And you know, it is really important for people to know that you are certified, and the staff are not salespeople. They are certified at making sure people have the proper diagnosis for whatever their foot issue is.
Yeah, my partner and I, Mark, we're both board certified podorthists, so we're the guys that a doctor would write a prescription for and send them in for custom orthotics. Most of the folks we build orthotics for and that we do foot assessments for just come in off the street, and we're able to take care of them, but there's a certain amount of training and testing that has to take place for us to gain that certification.
Right, so when people come to you, what kind of issues are they dealing with their feet?
Most of the issues that folks come in are centered around heel pain and arch pain. Typically, the highest percentage of cases, it's something that's referred to as plantar fasciitis, where there's a ligament-like material across the bottom of the foot that attaches at the heel, and when the arch starts to depress, especially with high impact, if the foot's not properly supported, and typically runners, people that walk a lot might feel it first, it's a detachment of that soft tissue from the heel bone. So it's a matter of getting the foot properly supported, a little bit of icing and stretching to try to get that to heal up, and usually it's something that can be resolved.
And you brought in some options here, because I think, you know, you hear the word orthotics and you think, well, there's no way that's going to look nice. But I'll tell you what, you talk about a myth buster here, because you have some beautiful styles here.
Well, I didn't bring all of the things. We've also got, even if you can imagine, shoes with heels with good support as well.
I'm interested in that.
Okay, and most folks are. Like I tell folks, you know, if you're going to wear heels, make sure he's worth it. That's pretty much my advice. And spend as little time on him as possible. But there are good styles out there. What we try to do in our business, though, is to really look at how the foot is carrying the weight. The foot is built in a very specific way. It's a very complex machine. It's designed to be loosely structured and to move. You can kind of see how there's a lot of movement there. But when you push off with the foot, it becomes rigid like a lever. There's a system that pulls that foot together and allows it to push off. So runners especially are susceptible to issues. The whole point of properly supporting feet, and it can be done in any number of ways, whether it's with arch supports, even sandals. I've even got a pair of flip-flops here that do a really nice job.
I saw that. Those are really nice looking.
Yeah, it is to get the foot to carry the weight properly. The bone structure of the foot is very specifically designed. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is the line of travel that I want to be carried through a human foot. We want it to be carried on the outside of the heel through the midfoot, and this is the bottom of the foot we're looking at, and then we want that weight to transfer over to the big toe. If we can get as close to that as possible, we allow this foot to carry that weight. For instance, if you look at the way this foot sits naturally, a lot of us pronate, and that means that the heel turns in, the foot turns outward. So if we can take a device like this and get that foot to sit more upright, we take a lot of pressure off that plantar fascia, we take pressure off the ball of the foot where a lot of folks have problems where the toes join, and it allows us to allow that foot to carry the weight properly, which resolves most of the discomfort, and it helps the knees, hips, and back as well.
So Rob, the things that you sell at Foot Solutions, are they these inserts? Do the shoes have them in themselves?
They actually do.
Combination of both?
What I did is I brought some shoes that have some of that built into them. For instance, this sandal, it's a German company called Fin Comfort. They actually have a footbed that looks very similar to an orthotic. If you can see the contours in this arch, this is built very specifically to conform to the human anatomy. It has a really nice arch, and then it has a little bit of support right here that takes a lot of pressure off the bones of the front of the foot where the toes join. So these sandals have that type of support. There are clogs that have this kind of support. For instance, as we get into fall, something like this has a removable footbed. So we can take this out. It's got really nice cushioning. If you
Yep.
feel that, you can kind of see that
Oh,
it's
yeah.
got nice cushioning.
It's like pillows
yeah.
in your shoes.
Exactly. And the
I can take that
it's-
any day.
Right, exactly.
And the fact it's removable allows us to customize it. So we can actually customize that to fit the person's arch and get the right height and allow that foot to be supported properly.
And
So
you're
you-
getting more fall shoes in, right?
We are.
Okay.
We are.
So you mentioned prescription. So somebody's podiatrist may write a prescription for some of this. Do people need a prescription to come to you, or
No.
can you actually help people who may not have gotten to that point? where they
Probably
will need it?
95% of the people that come through our door are just coming in off the street. They're feeling pain in their feet. They may have some knee issues because a lot of times what's happening with our feet causes a little bit of misalignment between the lower leg bone and the thigh bone through the knee joint. So sometimes you'll have tendon issues, maybe joint issues, that getting proper support can help align that knee and take
Even
some of that
hips-
pain away.
Hips and back.
Hips and back as well. It affects hip rotation, and you can visibly see people walking better when they've got that kind of support under their feet.
Yeah, and you were talking about healing some of these things. That's amazing. So here's your address, Kalamazoo and 68th Street. The number there, also your web address. So thank you so much for coming on. This has been
Thanks
so
much. It was nice
interesting.
meeting both of you.
Yeah, you're
Thanks
just
for
off
having us.
M6. Take the Kalamazoo exit.
We're about
It's,
2 blocks south of
yeah.
M6 on the
So
Kalamazoo exit. Right.
Easy to find.
Right next to Design One
Yeah,
Salon.
no
Easy to
need to
find.
go to South Bend.
Yeah, right behind
Exactly.
the Taco Bell. For those of you who are
Turn
looking
into
for a
Taco Bell.
landmark. Yeah, exactly.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
so much. Great information. An
Thank you.
eye opener for me, for sure.
Excellent. Thanks
We'll
for
be right
having us.
back.
This is 8 West.